I I didn't get coffee. I got
Red
I
Bull.
yeah, I got a large iced Red Bull that was green apple, blue raspberry, and kiwi.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And it is on the edge of delicious and terrible.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's ensemble. All right, let's start that
Welcome back to
intro.
the 63rd fuck. Welcome back to the 63rd episode of the Addicted Podcast. Uh this is Lazarus and that is
Bill.
there he goes. And then today there
Thought
is
you were gonna
no
say it.
no and today there is no Google Doodle.
What?
It is the 2nd of July. No, the 2nd of January.
January.
2nd of January 2025. It's a whole new year. It's
It's
a
like
whole
shit. I'm off probation if it's July. Whew.
it's a whole new year, a whole new me. Uh yeah.
Oh,
We
damn, I
we
was like, Jesus.
teleported 6 months into 7 months into the year. No. So what was I gonna say? I had something I wanted to bring up right at the fucking beginning of this, and then I think I forgot. One sec. Oh, next week 64 would have been Marcel's full year on the podcast.
Well, technically, it is his full year. He's just on vacation. Everybody deserves a vacation.
No, he does. I just thought it was so fucking funny that we were like I had gone for 12 episodes, he joined on episode 12 anyways. And then I hit my year, but he was like 11 episodes behind, and then as soon as he was about to hit his year, he goes on vacation and he's gone. And I'm like, "Marcel, you goofball."
Yeah, he deserves it. You know,
He
dealing
does.
with dealing with your building. Fuck, anybody deserves a vacation.
Did you meet the new girl?
Yeah, remember?
I don't remember
I
you. What?
dropped off a bag.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She didn't say much, but I mean, she wasn't running bags slowly, so props for her. I told Chris, I was like, that's not bad. 80 on your first day. I'm not expecting a miracle worker.
Oh, she was at 100.
Yeah, well, at the time, though, she was only at 80.
Yeah, she was doing pretty well.
I'm looking at my 401k, and ever since June when I had, or ever since September when I had to cut back on my shit, it's now leveled out. So I'm steadily earning. If I were to retire today, I'd make $153 a month.
Uh, that doesn't seem like
Yeah.
enough.
Well, at the time, I was making jumps, but because of me having to cut back how much I was taking out of my checks,
Ah,
kind of affected it. But I've only got 38.85 left for the bill collector, and then I can start saving money somewhat. Gotta pay paint a little bit more. Yep, gotta love bill collectors. At least,
what?
at least they're willing to work with me. Kept forgetting to call her back though. November was the end of my last payment plan. I didn't get a hold of her until 3 days ago.
You fool.
Hey, she worked with me. They only raised it up another 25, so I'm paying 375 for the next 6 months.
That doesn't seem too bad.
No, and it's no longer accruing interest, which is even better. So that means I'll have it paid off. My goal is to get some of my taxes and pay off a chunk of it, so it's finished with.
Nice.
And then that's one less thing I need to worry about. And then, the big surprise for my ex-wife is me going to the courthouse to file my amendment.
You writing a new amendment for the Constitution?
No, amendment for the for the custody.
Oh.
And the other day she's like, "We're planning on moving to Bend," and I'm like, "Oh, well, that's gonna be fun." Because once I put this in, that means you'll have to drive the kids back up here to see me.
Yep. Oh my god. This customer the other day, when we were closing, is like, it's already past 4:02 or whatever when we're supposed to be closed, and he walks up with his two fucking bags and he goes, "I have two bags, not like two containers, two bags that wouldn't go through. Is there any way you can hand count them?" And I go, "We're actually past close time. Sorry, bro." And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're closed." And he goes, "You always close on at 4?" And I'm like, "No, it's a holiday." And he goes, "Well, that's not my problem." And I literally went, "It kind of sounds like it's your problem."
Oh, is this the one that punched the window and all that?
No, did someone come and punch the window?
Yeah, I guess Chris was telling me about it. I guess on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, some guy got all upset and punched the window and hit it with a can or something. And Chris is just sitting there doing his end of
Oh,
end of night shit.
as I was leaving, I did see a guy losing his shit and like slam some bottles into the ground, shattering them.
Yeah, he hit the window too.
Did he break it?
No, luckily
Oh,
no.
oh,
Because that would have happened. Chris would have had to stay until Melcher got there.
that would have been
Melcher
fucking
or
crazy.
Matt, like fix the window.
Who like? How do
He's
they deal with that?
put a board over the window.
Oh,
Still better than the time when me and Marcel didn't notice the window was broken, and we're just like, "Well, what is it?" And Chris, well, "How long has that been broken?" "Oh, the front door's broken." "What the?" And everybody, you didn't see that. You came in at 5. It was like, because that's what I was looking for, the door.
yeah, because I was looking at the door to see if it was broken.
That's when they popped open the kiosk. It's like
Oh,
there's nothing except for printer paper. Oh,
well, uh, I don't have a game for us.
it's all right. I got a topic.
Let's hear it.
I saw this. I saw this the other day. It's a TikTok. For $10 million, would you go back 10 years in your life with memories, just not knowledge of money making ideas, so, like stocks and that shit. You wouldn't have any knowledge of that, but you'd have all the rest of your knowledge.
Oh, like you couldn't be like predicting Super Bowls and shit. Okay, yeah.
I don't.
Uh,
Yeah, I guess I said gambling. So gambling and stock market.
yeah. So you're not like cheating the system by knowing what's going to happen in the future, but you have all the like actual intelligent knowledge you've learned. I like that idea. That's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. There are
Yeah, I was like,
so many different avenues I would have taken in my life if I could go back once. You wouldn't even have to pay me the full 10 million.
see, here's the thing with me is if I went back 10 years, it would be before I got arrested the first time. I could still have my 3 chitlins
Yeah.
and then jump out after my daughter was born. Avoid all of that, but yet still have the benefits of all the therapy I've done. So I'd still be a calm person. I'd just still be an asshole somewhat.
10 years ago would have been
I would have been 24.
I would have been 18.
It's a young buck. Jesus.
So what was I doing at 18? It would have been right before I went into college. I probably still would have went into college, but I probably would have actually like put in the effort the first time and not failed.
I would have saved, oh god damn, about $30,000, $40,000.
I probably not that I'm upset with what I went to college for, but I'd probably go to college for something artistic as well. Like I probably would have went back to college right after finishing.
That's fair. I wouldn't. I mean, I'd already done gotten out of college because God, with my kids, it wasn't the easiest, or my ex-wife.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not a college person. I don't like school.
I didn't like school before college, but college
Well,
I actually kind of liked.
I like the people. I just didn't like schooling.
Yeah.
There's a reason I did so much sleeping in high school.
Hey, same here.
I mean, I did well on tests, but that's not the point.
A lot of my a lot of my teachers were teaching me a lot of shit that I already learned in middle school anyway, so I just slept through anything that I was like, I've already fucking heard this. Like, why are you wasting my time?
The fact that it's taken me this long in life to get like math down to where I should be, and that's just thanks to listening to people on TikTok. It's kind of sad.
Wait, say that again. I didn't understand what you meant.
The fact that okay, so I could do math,
Oh yeah.
but the fact that I understood it better from people on fucking TikTok than I ever did as a teacher was kind of depressing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I I saw a video on Instagram Reels that was like
All right,
it,
Grandpa.
it was a
Jesus.
kid explaining how he does math or whatever. Or so it was a mom explaining how she knows how to do simple addition and subtraction, and it was like just the stack method that we learned where you like carry the one or whatever. And
Mm,
uh,
yes.
and then she goes, "All right, show me how you do math." And he goes, "Well, that's all wrong. This is how you do it." And his process took like 14 fucking steps, and I'm like, "Are they really teaching kids this fucking stupid shit nowadays?"
Yes.
It was like some square method where he like puts some digits in one box, some digits in another, and I'm like, "Why are you fucking confusing their heads with this shit?"
It makes no sense.
It
I
makes
know.
none. It's
When
like
I
they're trying to gamify learning, and it's like,
when I
don't
was
make
going to
it.
Lynn Benton, they tried to show us that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But I know the answer.
Yeah, especially why are you making easy shit more complicated? Like I would understand if it was something already complicated to one degree and you're trying to like make another way of understanding it.
But they're not. They're just making it harder,
They're literally just making something very easy harder.
and it makes no sense.
I would love someone to explain it to me. If anyone who hears this knows why they explain it in this bass backwards way, please explain it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. People are like, "This new one's not bad." No, it's horrible. Lie to your friends. You can't lie to me. Had to wear my glasses today because my eyes are blurry.
No.
Oh, it got real bad. I was at Winco and I was trying to read the signs. I couldn't read the sign. I had to squint my eyes and was like, if anybody's watching me, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's he doing?"
He's just embracing his nationality.
Just going full Asian. Don't mind me. Yeah, it was horrible. I was like, "What the fuck?"
The other day, one of the people we work with was wearing their sunglasses, uh, and when I came back from lunch, it was like hella bright. So I put my sunglasses on while I was driving to work, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna wear my sunglasses at work." I went in because they're prescription anyways. So I went in, and then after like 2 hours of working, the first person who was wearing their sunglasses finally noticed I was wearing mine, and they went, "Wait, what the fuck? Did you take my sunglasses?" And their sunglasses were on their shirt, and I was like, "No," and they're like, "Oh wait, yeah, what the fuck?" And I'm like, "These are no, they're not even this. They weren't even the same thing, but they looked kind of similar."
We used to have somebody used to wear glasses all the time. People used to make fun of him.
I actually think I worked better with the sunglasses. Like, I don't think I have like a light sensitivity issue because I like having light. Like, I like being able to see shit. But I think I do have a light like sensitivity issue in the sense of it kind of helps me calm down.
They helped. It would probably help with this new job. So much driving in my new job.
Oh yeah.
Of course, if I start wearing my glasses like I'm supposed to, it could probably help too. But I'm just not the best at putting on my glasses. Of course, it's been my vacation, so remembering to put on glasses has been kind of hard.
I also fucking forget like until I'm midway driving and my eyes are already blinded, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably put sunglasses on.
That makes sense. But yeah, no, that when I saw that thing on TikTok, I was like, well, that's not a bad idea. $10 million.
It's not like I've done anything in the past 10 years that's worth more than $10 million. If I had done something that was like I had a company worth $150 million or some shit, then I'd be like, no, I'm not going to take $10 million to have to start over again. But I haven't made anywhere near 10 million, so I'd yeah gladly restart and with 10 million, new game plus. Let's go.
Yeah, New Game Plus with all our memories, that's not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal at all. I take it.
Especially for me. I mean, yeah, I've had time to, you know, ponder on the shit that I got in trouble for, but it's like I could have bettered myself long before then.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if it's like you're not it's not you don't keep money making shit, so that's fine. You start with the money. I'd remember all the like but I'd remember the lessons I've learned and like how to not make those same mistakes, which in turn might help me make more money without like yeah,
Yeah, be able to save money and not spend it on stupid shit.
for sure, dude.
Especially on games that I know are gonna end up
Oh,
canceling after a while.
oh yeah, that's another good point. Is like you'd remember all the technology shit that's gonna happen, and you could be like, "Oh, I could skip 3 generations of phone. The
Well,
fucking every phone after mine's gonna be shit for the next 6 years."
there was a game I used to play on my phone called Marvel War of Heroes. A lot of people, there was a clan I was part of. Everybody loved it, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna cancel the game."
Oh, I remember that game. I didn't play it, but I remember it getting shut down, and a bunch of people I knew were not happy about it.
Oh God, the clan I was in. I mean, we were in the top 25, and I didn't really have to spend money. I just had to make sure I kind of met the quota for the game. Yeah, there
Good,
was people that dropped lots of money, and it was like that's kind of bullshit.
good lord, that was before COVID, right?
Oh, long before
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah. I was gonna say that had to have been a while ago.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, even like and remembering fucking back to tech, it'd be like, oh, I know that like these certain computer parts are gonna be good in these years. I can fucking work around that. Like that, yeah. There's so many good strategies you could use.
yes, there is all sorts of stuff that could have been changed. Well, that's really the only
Oh, I would have got my
one I
business degree.
business degree. Look at you.
It's yeah. I'd rather run a business than work for one.
I really haven't been much of a business guy.
I'm a huge like statistics nerd, like analytics and all that shit. I really love doing that. And I think it would be way more interesting trying to balance running a company than it would be to like sit here and have to deal with a company that doesn't really give a fuck about us. Like
Yeah.
they do have things that are nice for us, like the getting paid on holidays we don't work and other certain benefits of our job. But
It would be
like
nice for those of us that work tens to get our full fucking, but whatever.
yeah, yeah. There's like that's another point though. Is like there's lots of little things they could do to just make us feel valued as employees that they refuse to do. And that's something I would want to help fix. Is like I would actually go to my employees and like ask what is going to make you feel like a valued person of our team. It's not just some like money making fucking factory. Like we're all people here. We all have our own mindsets, our own things. Like is getting like if the company paid for one person's lunch every day, would that make that person feel valued? If getting three 15-minute breaks a day instead of two 10-minute breaks a day is going to make you feel more valued. Like I can work with people on stuff like that. But
I tell you, a girl almost got written up because of me.
oh, what? What'd you do? No.
So I went to this is I was still processor, so this was a couple weeks ago. But the board said breaks are 10 and lunch is 30. Well, I was being a smartass, and so I changed it. So I put
He said breaks are 30 and lunch is 10.
no, oh, how did I do it? I put breaks are 15, lunch is 45. Well,
Oh.
The on-site thought it was another person, and I get a text, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, if you're gonna change stuff, please change it back." And I'm up aggression. I'm like, "What the fuck did I do? I haven't been to any of your sites today. What the hell are you talking about?" And so I called him, and he's like, "Yeah, the board." I was like, "Oh yes, the board. I remember that now. I did that 2 weeks ago. You're just now saying. You're just now saying that." He's like, "Yeah, I almost wrote up the wrong employee." I was like, "Well, you're
That's
not writing me up either."
that's the best. That's the best fucking prank is when they don't notice it for like two. It's long enough that you fucking forget you did it.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It's not something I'm gonna remember because I just assumed he would have changed. Somebody would have changed back after that long. I thought wrong apparently.
Yeah.
I'm also a big proponent of jokes. If you don't joke at work, you just get dull and bored, and I don't like boring.
I also don't like boring. Things have to be interesting.
That's why I like my new department. No, none of that fucking pizza party bullshit. They actually make us real food.
That's fire.
Yeah, like the Christmas thing was fucking Mexican. I was like, perfect. Of course, then I got to talking to him. Everybody's like, "Well, I didn't even vote. Like, I heard it in the email, but never saw the fucking poll." Nah, it's still much better than when I worked on the other side.
That's good.
Yep, I like it. Minus the fact that there was a miscommunication and they thought I worked on Sunday. No, no, no. I'll come back for another whole week. All by design. Here's another thing for you. Did you see that Michael Vick became the head coach? I don't know what team it is right now.
What?
Michael Vick became the head coach of a college team.
The the dogfighting guy?
Yes, the dog. Jesus, is that all people know him for?
He got uncanceled.
People still are probably pissed off at him.
Did did he bring those dogs back to life?
No, Jesus, man.
That guy can die. I don't give a fuck.
See that I get it. It was dogfighting.
You
Understand?
give me shit for yelling
Hold
at
on,
my dog.
hold on, there, sir. My thought process in that whole thing was, yes, he did a pretty horrible thing with dogfighting. We're not questioning that.
He's still not a Drake. I'll give him that.
But in my opinion, I've been reading comments of like, "Oh, he's a horrible person." It's like there are people that are worse kinds of people in the world, chomos and all that. I think
Yeah.
they're worse than a guy that fought dogs. Now,
It, it,
should you forgive? Maybe that's on you. I'm not going to force people to forgive him. But on the flip side of that, he's done his time, and he's going to have to live with what he did.
that's fair. And to side with you on it a little bit, animal fighting is something that has been in like human nature for centuries. It's nothing new. It's not like we hadn't ever done it before and he just started dog fighting. Like there's hundreds of thousands of people who do it every year. He got caught for it. So like we
Yeah,
can't bear all the hatred on him alone. Like
and I'm not saying we should
I hate the
forget.
action. I don't necessarily hate him. That's fair.
Yeah, and so, but it was like, and I've been reading all these comments about it. I was like, at least he wasn't a chomo or a fucking. I mean, that'd be a totally different game if he was a fucking chomo. I'd be
Yeah,
like, nah, he shouldn't.
he wasn't at the Diddy parties. He wasn't fucking on Epstein's island. Like, I think we can, I think we can try to forgive him for the dogfighting. I'm not a huge fan of it. I personally, I don't forgive that action, but I'll let him coach a team.
Yeah, it's like I'm not saying I'd forgive him either. I mean, but it's one of those things of he did his time.
I'll let him.
I,
I'll let him resume his career. That's fair.
I mean, he kind of did. I mean, he
Yeah.
got done and went and played for the the Eagles.
Like it's an interesting way to think about it. Is because we do kind of have to learn to do that as a society. Is like we can choose to say, okay, I personally don't like what they did, but I'm not going to hold anything against them continuing their career. I just don't fuck with that dude. Like, I wouldn't hang out
Yeah,
with him. I wouldn't go to parties with him. I'm not going to dinner with that guy. But wasting energy being upset with what he did in the past and what he's done his time for is only negatively affecting my life because he's going to do whatever he's going to do.
yeah. I mean, I've tried to explain to other people. It's like you're not even a thought in his fucking head.
Yeah,
You're living rent free at this point, or he's living rent free in your mind.
yeah, I got what you meant. Yeah.
You know, one of my old teachers said something, and I was like, at what point do we just realize there's other things in this world to be upset about? Of course, they just see it as, well, he fought dogs. That's, yes, I get that. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, yeah, was it atrocious? Did his dogs deserve it? No.
And a lot of people like they hate because they have their own shit they hate about themselves. Like
But
they're
there's so much more in this world to hate.
yeah.
I mean, we have people turning children into soldiers.
I still want to know how Drake was the most popular artist on Spotify all year after getting called out for being a pedophile. And like that's not it wasn't even an accusation. I think it's hilarious that people think it's an accusation. There's a literal video online of him talking about how nice this girl's breasts are, and she even said she's 17.
Yeah, I remember that.
He made a comment about like not wanting to fucking go to jail or whatever. And it's like, bro, you're 22, she's 17. You like in front of a whole crowd of people, and you think he ain't gonna do that on his own time behind closed doors? Fuck out of here with your ignorant ass brain. If he did that shit on stage, he did that shit behind closed doors. You like trying to convince me otherwise is wasting your own fucking time.
Yeah, I know. People are just selective in how they want to be outraged.
Men are simple creatures.
I disagree with that one.
Well, okay, we're simple in the fact of like if we're obviously doing something, it's not like we're not doing that on our own time.
That's fair.
Like we
I
may
just
be
want,
complex in our mental space, but our actions are pretty consistent.
no, that's right. Fucking Peyton's dog asked her for a paws and she laid down. It's like, I'm not playing this game. I need your paws. You've been outside. You're disgusting. I need your paw. And then she started yelping like I'd hit her. I was like, I didn't even touch you. I just want
Oh
your goddamn paw.
oh my
Fucking
god.
ass.
I swear to God, it's always other people's animals for me. I'll pet them and then I'll do something and they'll make a noise and they're like, I'm like, what did I do to you? What did I do to you that I've not done to any other animal that's not yelped at me? What did I
Yeah.
do?
So instead of her getting washed off or rinsed, or, scrubbed down from all the mud and shit, I was like, you can just go to your kennel. I'm not gonna deal with this. Like you're filthy. You need to get your paws washed off or scrubbed down. Like you just sit in the kennel because I don't want to deal with this. She jumped on my bed and got it all dirty after I cleaned it. It's like this is why I don't have animals.
Yeah. I'm constantly reminded why I used to be a no pets guy.
I
I
thought
love
about getting a cat.
I love Reaper to death, but motherfucker does not listen for shit sometimes.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about getting a cat. At least cats and I are on a kind of mutual of, well, if you want pets, you want pets. Not, well, I don't have to force you to come to me. You'll come to me if you want to. There's only one breed of cat I want, and couldn't find any in any of the shelters.
Maine Coon?
No. Now I got to think about it. Calico
Oh, okay.
or Siamese.
Those are two very different looking cats.
Yes. I do really like Siamese though. My aunt had one called Merlin
That's cute. I
until he got to the farm and ran away.
I like
Yeah.
to hate on cats, but I don't hate cats. I actually love cats. I raised a bunch of them growing up.
What's there to hate on cats? They're just so friendly.
Oh my god, dude! You ain't never had a nightmare cat, have you?
No, I did. My
Night.
cat Jeep was pretty fucking terrifying.
All it takes is one nightmare cat to like realize that cats can do anything they want if they're not in the right mindset.
So she somehow got locked up in our old attic at our old place. Next thing I know, she's like found this hole and she's shoving her way through it. And I was like, I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. And she made it through, and I'm like, that's still not how this is supposed to work. And she just kind of curled up in my lap, and I'm like, yep, that's happening.
That's happening.
But at one point, she had stolen my mom's cat's kittens. It's like, no, no, these aren't yours. She just stared at me. I was like, don't do that. What kind of friends do you think we are? Let you steal another cat's kittens and then look at me for fucking backup. Yeah, it's your damn mind, girl.
You know what? Let's do a fucking cats draft. Let's draft the best cats.
Siamese.
Slow down,
Whoa.
mister.
What's funny is one of my cousins, she had, oh, I'm trying to think of what kind of cats they were. They weren't normal cats, though. The fuck were they? They were almost bobcats, essentially. Those were some pretty cute cats. I got to hold one once, and it was like, oh, you big, beautiful creature. Don't bite me.
This fucking mic is in the most conveniently inconvenient spot right now.
Hey, man, you're the one that set your room up.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I'm not blaming you.
I say that as I need to get a cover for my fucking power strip before I drop something on it one day by accident.
You're gonna
Because I can't.
drop something on a power strip? Don't do that.
By accident, sir?
Well, don't do it on purpose, please.
Like the third time I've moved something and it's dropped right next to it. I was like, oh, please don't hit that.
Oh my god, I was listening to the fucking the regulation podcast, and Andrew pulled a Marcel of all Marcels. He did the literal thing that we watch Marcel do on like a weekly basis, and it cracked me up. Gavin was explaining this like idea of something he wanted to do, and he's like, instead of like, he literally goes, that water bottle trend on online where people will put blindfolds on and a water bottle on a fan and try to like dodge the water bottle.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to do that, but I want to do two people on either side, and there's hot dogs on it, and you're trying to catch the hot dog in your mouth. And I'm like,
Oh.
that's a great idea in my head. And then Andrew goes, oh yeah, that's like that water bottle trend where they like put the water bottle in the blindfold and you try to dodge the water bottle. And Jeff goes, so at what point during this podcast did you stop listening to your friend? Like, he literally just said that, and everyone else on the podcast is just like, yeah, I thought I was going fucking crazy. He just said that, right?
Some people.
All right. What do you say? There's four picks in the cat draft. How do I zoom this in? All right, folks. It's the first ever addicted draft. Who's gonna start the draft? We're about to find out on the Wheel of Names.
Siamese.
Wait. Okay. Okay. All right. It looks like Hill has picked Siamese as his first pick. I think I spelled that wrong. On the cat draft. And now we can close that. All right. My pick is the Maine Coon.
Oh God, I need to find the name of this cat. Where is it? Is it Savannah? Yeah, Savannah.
He has picked Savannah. Savannah. The second pick on my cat draft is an orange tabby.
Kaboo! Sphinx.
Sphinx?
Sphinx.
Is that right?
No, should be a Y. For sure. No, I don't know. You got me all second guessing myself.
Like that?
Yeah,
That doesn't look right, but I'm going to leave it.
yeah, that's right. That is correct.
Okay. My third pick in the cat draft is the tuxedo. The tuxedo cat.
And then Calico.
Calico.
Yeah. Calico.
All right. My fourth pick for the kitty cat draft is fuck. I don't know. Oh, the all black. Just a black cat.
Yeah, we were there. Fuck. It's like fuck's not a cat.
The all black cat. The Halloween cat, the good luck cat. That's the cat.
You know what's funny is all my cats have been black.
I've had like one, I've personally had one full black cat in my life. My mom has had like I think 3.
I've had Jade and Mooch.
Jade is a perfect name for a black cat.
She had green eyes too. I loved Mooch, except
Ooh.
for the fact Mooch left some scars on me. So when we got, or so the people I used to live with gave the cat to a lady. Well, she was a nurse like Clint and didn't have time for him. So later on, she gave the cat back. Well, he wasn't used to people. So me and the youngest child tried to get him to like people. Yeah, he left some scars on me.
Damn.
And then when he got comfortable, he'd lay on my face. And I was like, I'm going to die tonight.
No.
Still a fun cat.
Still a fun cat. That's good.
Miss Mooch.
I have a cat over at my grandma's house that's like a all gray fluff. He's not fluffy, but he's also not like he's not super short hair, but he's like that soft, fluffy short hair. If that makes sense.
I've been to your grandma's house. Where the fuck's this cat?
He's a big fat cat. I'm surprised you didn't see him. His name is Frankie, but I call him Frankenstein. He's a good cat. He
Speaking
always
of Frankenstein, have you seen the new Creature Commandos from DC on oh, what the fuck, HBO Max?
no.
Yeah, that was it's not bad. It's a different iteration of Frankenstein.
It's not bad. It's 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 different.
Yeah, you'd have to watch it because oh my god, the first episode I watched was like, is this really happening? I
Huh.
guess it wasn't the first; it was the second or third episode. But either way, it was one of those. Is this really happening?
Wonder if I have HBO Max through my Amazon subscription.
I don't know. I just lost my Netflix.
I got rid of Netflix a while ago.
Well, I had it for free because of where when I was living with the parents, it came with their shit. Well, when I moved out, it didn't come. It
Mm,
came with me technically because I was the only one using it.
but it's
And then
not the
see,
right address, huh?
no, hold on. Then senior wanted to start using it, so then it was like, "Do you not live here anymore?" And it was like,
Oh,
"Shit." I'm
fuck.
like, no, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I don't have access to it anymore, and I was like, I don't really want to pay for
No, if I'm being honest, Netflix really fucked up when they like doubled their subscription charge.
double it, and they keep canceling projects, and it's like nobody's gonna want to pay for this.
If they had left it at, or here's the thing, if they had doubled the price and left it open to let other people use your account, totally would understood. That's fine. But don't raise your price and take away features.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they keep canceling shit, and it's like, why? Why? Nobody's gonna want to pay for it if you're canceling all sorts of projects that are fucking solid. Like there was an anime I can't think of the name right now that was awesome, did
Oh,
great.
did they fucking cancel Seven Deadly Sins?
I think so. Which is funny because I believe they even have the sequel on there now too.
I thought Seven Deadly Sins was pretty fire.
A lot of people don't like it, and it's like I don't understand why. Some
I
people bitch about like Black Clover, and it's like my daughter and I like watching that. Fuck off.
the only like complaint I have, I guess, about Seven Deadly Sins is it feels very American anime, and I guess to real like hardcore anime nerds who have been watching anime since very young ages, it's not the same feeling as a Japanese anime. So I can understand not liking it. I just like the animated process. It doesn't matter who makes it, where it's made. I just enjoy that idea.
I've been watching anime since I was a kid. And I don't care.
I'm just giving an idea of why I could see someone not liking
Well, those people are idiots. I don't give a
it.
shit about their opinion.
I I like I grew up on like Tim Burton animated movies and like Ed and Eddie, so it doesn't really matter where the range is for me.
Every morning, my twin and I would get up at 4 o'clock
Jesus Christ.
and go watch Dragon Ball Z.
Oh damn. I never watched Dragon Ball Z.
So I'm
It
not one
never
of those
it never
fanboys that
interested
are
me.
like, it's the best anime ever. For me, it was just one of those. This is awesome. It's something my twin and I can share.
Yeah, it was what intrigued you at that time.
And now I watch a lot of anime, and it's like, well, okay. Now I just watch anime to bond with my children. Sissy liked Black Clover, which surprised me. She didn't really care for Fire Force. I was like, but Sissy, it's the prequel to Soul Eater.
Oh, what?
You didn't know that?
Well,
I thought I told you about work.
I've only seen Soul Eater.
Yeah, so Fire Force is a uh, prequel to.
Huh. I might have to give that a look cuz Soul Eater was pretty fire.
Yeah, the ending of Soul Eater is what. Not Soul Eater, but Fire Force is where the connection's at. I guess there's more, but I don't really want to spoil it for you.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. You can spoil it for me. Uh,
So at the end, Shinra fuses with his mom and brother and the apostle, and he becomes a god essentially.
oh shit.
Yeah, and then to regulate the world, he makes death.
Death the Kid?
No, death like
Oh.
the Grim Reaper. But hold on, that's getting to it. Death makes uh, Death the Kid in the image of Shinra,
Oh.
and then he basically brings everybody back.
Damn. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I did. Like I say, it surprised me because even the son is the same son from Soul. Fire Force.
What did you think of
Just
Sword Art Online?
I mind it wasn't like my top favorite, but
I don't know why, but I fell in love with that world.
of course I was watching something that was like, yeah, it's an isekai. I was like, technically not. It's a VR world. He's not sucked into another world.
I would say it's closer to the Matrix,
Yeah, basically.
but like it's not even close to the Matrix. It's just the same thought process of being trapped in a computer until you win and or lose the game or the simulation, I should say.
Yeah,
But I don't know why, but I fucking fell in love with that world. Like even the abridged version. I think you said you don't really like abridged versions, or no, you said dubbed versions.
no, abridged. I hate abridged.
It is okay, yeah. I the Soul Eater abridged is fucking hilarious. There's an episode where I can't remember any of the fucking characters' names. But where the main protagonist is just getting the shit beat out of him by a bunch of
Kirito.
Kirito. Yeah, that's what his name is, Kirito. He's just getting the shit beat out of him in the middle of a fucking like courtyard or some shit. And but his health is not going down at all. Like it's healing faster than they're doing damage to him. And he just like because it's abridged, they just give him such like sarcasm, snarky comments, and I found it so humorous. I wish I could remember it, but it's been so long since I watched it.
Yeah, I've just never liked abridged, especially when they start doing shit like that to Dragon Ball. It was like, no, that's not how any of these characters would act. Why are you doing this?
See,
It's been a pet peeve.
I think it's you got to be careful when you do abridged. Like you have to actually make it the same characters, but I would call it unhinged before I call it abridged. Like same characters, but they're like the anti them or like the different version of them.
I just think it's funny when people complain about there not being colored folk in like anime. It was like, you gotta think, back in the day, these were Japanese people making stuff for Japanese people.
Yeah, like that's yeah. What the fuck?
So it didn't fit your narrative. There wasn't a black guy. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Or now that all these people are trying to say that Popo's racist.
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. Like everyone went on this fucking big kick of Popo's racist.
And I was like, Popo is a fucking alien? His skin is black. He has big lips.
Popo
Yeah,
cannot.
yes, back in the day that was a thing for black people. But this is literally not.
It's just like how when in action movies they make a country that doesn't have a real name, like it's not a real country, but they imitate real countries. It's like just because it has some semblance of realism doesn't mean we're actually making fun of somebody.
Yeah. Some of the stuff nowadays just concern me. It's like, why?
Like there's only so much you can do to make something relatable and not racist. Like you need to like people need to chill the fuck out.
They never will.
They never will. People will never chill the fuck out, and I hate it. It's why I'll never chill the fuck out. It's because people will never chill the fuck out.
Well, it's like, I'm Asian, get mistaken for Mexican a lot.
You do?
Oh, God, yes.
Well, I guess I can kind of understand that because isn't there Mexican in the other part of your family?
No. Native but that was they married in,
Oh,
and then you get my Asian ass. I got black, but they're technically not blood related. They are part of my family. We're all cousins.
for some reason I
But no,
thought. Huh. Okay.
no, no. I mean, the whole joke with Marcel, but that's totally different. But yeah, no, it's funny how many people are like, you're Mexican. No,
I,
no,
I
no.
I could not see you as Mexican.
Well, that's all right. Marcel's mom, when I had my headband, was like,
Oh,
Chicon?
it's the
She's,
bandana.
yeah. And he's like, nope, pelon, not Chicano. Like, thanks, jackass. You don't have to remind me I'm bald. I know I'm bald.
Not
My,
only that, but getting reminded you're bald in another language.
yeah,
Fuck off.
It also doesn't help that I know certain Spanish words. Yeah, no, lately, lately people have been like checking me. It's like, whoa, I'm not in a gang. I'm just wearing a headband.
I thought it was funny when me and Marcel were looking at the new pre-sort and the Spanish options, and he was like telling me how some of them are like the wrong version of the Spanish word, and he was telling me about the clear button is the wrong version of clear, and before he could even explain it to me, I was like it means like clear like transparent, right? Not clear like empty. And he's like, exactly. And I'm like, I think it's so funny that I fucking figured it out before the people who put it into the machine did.
They don't really
They didn't
proofread it. They
care.
just
They didn't care at all. It's so funny listening to like Marcel won't say anything about it to. I don't think he said anything about it to Chris. If he did, like the way he explained it to me was he didn't want anyone to like try to fix it. He thought it was like funny, but it also like you could tell it irked him a little bit. He's like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
almost like that weirdo that was watching cameras with John and I taking pictures and sending it to Chris saying, "Hey, they need their mask on." I was like, "What
What
the
the
fuck kind of what is this company doing? They need to take a picture of us to say, hey, they're not wearing masks."
Yeah, fuck off, dude.
That's when I start flipping off the cameras. Now, if I get bored at work, I just flip off a camera.
I flip off the camera so much. I like to do like under the leg flip off. I like to do like all sorts of weird flip offs just so they really get the picture. I want them to know that I'll be creative with every time I'm gonna flip them off. I don't want them to just be like, oh, another flip off. I want them to be like, damn, he actually is flipping us off right now. He put effort into that.
Well, there's a few times when I was still working for Warnick that I was waiting for like a phone call saying, "Why'd you flip off the camera?"
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it so bad.
I don't
There's got to be a day.
I don't work for them anymore. Nobody really pays attention to what I'm doing.
No, for me. So like someday someone is
Oh,
eventually got to be like, why are you flipping off the cameras?
I think at this rate, it'd be your boss right now. Like, hey man, what you doing? Showing the company how I feel.
Yeah. I know you watch those cameras so religiously, so I wanted you to make sure you knew how I felt.
Oh, it was funny when he asked me if we talk about work on the podcast. Like, no, of course not. Why would we do such a thing?
Why would we do such?
It's a safe place, and I can bitch about what I want without giving away the name of the company I work for. Sorry to tell you.
Yep, it's not that hard. You're just like I've been around a lot of lawyers. I know how to use the words.
Yeah, got a couple of them at this rate. One for legal and one for vehicle.
Fucking for real.
Yeah,
God.
one's number one on my speed dial, and the other one's number two.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so anytime I get in like a car wreck or something, it's like I'm going to call my attorney.
Let's do a couple Am I the Assholes? Okay, so am I the asshole for telling my brother I'm not babysitting his kids anymore after they ruined my New Year's plans?
Oh, I read this earlier. No, she's not the asshole.
Me and Marcel have a very strict policy that is they're not your kids, they're not your problem. You cannot be the asshole for telling someone you're not going to take care of their kids.
No.
Yeah. Like yeah.
So,
Blanket statement, not your kids, not your problem.
here's one. Am I the asshole for reporting my husband's brother and sister-in-law to CPS?
That one I need the story for.
A little long, but that's okay. My husband's oldest nephew's 7, and he was diagnosed with ARF. What the fuck is ARFID in 2021? After he was hospitalized 3 times in a year after not eating, he's labeled a picky eater by my husband, by the brother and sister-in-law, and they complained that he wouldn't even try most stuff they put in front of him. This sounds like they're assholes. She's not
Yeah.
the asshole.
No.
Yeah, they
No.
gave up that battle in July of this year and then spoke openly about denying him the foods and now he was back to not eating. My husband and I were concerned about it and we agreed to report to CPS because he was not doing good. And when my husband searched his brother and sister-in-law, they told him to mind his own business. Now, if you end up in the hospital, yeah, they're not. She's not the asshole.
Nah, not the asshole at all. You're looking out for that kid.
No
The
shit.
the the tough thing in situations like that is you're worried that if you feed into it, then they'll just get like the habit of always getting what they want. But that's not a situation where it's what he wants. Like you actually have to feed that kid a certain diet.
Like
Like you went
my
to the doctor and they told you
yeah,
the
my
shit was away.
autistic child has the same thing. It's like you can't force him to eat something he doesn't want to eat. That's just horrible.
It it's fucking wild. Like I want to know where that like starts or where that started. Like certain allergies and like food needs and whatnot. Because like it had to have been around for all of humanity, and that's why like why people only lived so long is because there was only certain foods around them, and their bodies just didn't like those foods, so they died faster.
I don't think it was like that. I think with the way today's food is processed and all that, I think it's
Oh, you
partly
think?
because they didn't used to really have some of these issues that they did that day, as far as
Well,
I'm aware. I
but
mean, people could be allergic, but I don't know.
my thought is, did they not have the issue, or was it just not reported enough? Like we didn't have like the same amount of technology to like transcribe this information, so to speak.
That's possible. I don't know. I just the way people are today, it's like I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Yeah, yeah, because there is a part of me that thinks like, is it a way of like this is why I find mental health issues so touchy too. Is are you like do you actually have a mental health issue or are you making excuses for your behavior with mental health issues? Because that is such a prevalent issue because there's like almost no way to prove someone has a mental health issue without taking them to a doctor. Like you can prove someone has Tourette's by having a conversation with them.
Yeah,
But like a mental health issue is different. Like a lot of people use that shit as a facade and make shit up. So it's like
too.
all. So it's also really
You
hard with
have to
food sensitivities too.
But you don't really have to take him to a doctor. I mean, just listen to him talk and him have his ticks. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's people like me too where you can tell I have an issue because I'll just openly tell you tragic moments in my life like they're an entertaining story. And then people will look at me like, "You thought that was funny?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was hilarious, right? How I told that cop to tell me to shoot me in the face? That was funny, right?" And they're like, "No, you're an idiot." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought that was
I'm,
really funny."
yeah, damn, my bad. Calm down.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
fucked up.
I get you saying though. Yeah, but yeah, with Peyton, it's like you can tell he has Tourette's. You don't even need to fucking take him to a doctor. You just listen to him talk, and he just
Well,
starts going off. It's like, oh shit. And the fact people didn't believe him at first, it's like, it, there's other ways to get attention. Fucking sitting there saying mine is not the best way to get attention. Sorry to say. But Logan, at first, she was like, well, something might be wrong. I don't really know. I'm not a doctor. And then as he was getting older, it was like, okay, better get him checked. Didn't help when family were like, well, it's not like it's a major case of autism. It was like, it's still autism.
oh my god, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I love how people try to like minimize the collateral damage.
And I'm just like sitting there like, are we really having this argument? It's like when my father, who I don't really talk to, is more of a fucking understanding voice than somebody that I've talked to all my life. It's a little concerning.
Fucking. That reminds me of a video I saw today of Valkyrie. She was talking about how she went to the doctor and they told her they couldn't tell if she had ADHD or not. So they were like, I don't know if you have the AD or the HD, but you have half ADHD. And I was like, that doctor sounds dumb as fuck. But it's also hilarious to think you have half of ADHD.
Still think it's funny that Marcel figured out the way I talk is the way they talk out in the fucking countryside.
Wait, what?
So when Marcel and I helped my grandmother with the greenhouse, and when I say Marcel and I, it was literally was me, Marcel, and Kelly, the next door neighbor. Well, Kelly's sitting there and he's like, "Well, where do I?" Because I kept calling Marcel the Mexican. Where I get one of those? Marcel and I, without skipping a beat, Home Depot. He's like, "I'd try it." They just walk away, and Marcel's like, "Gotta tell him deportation." It's like fucking
God
Marcel.
damn. I love him.
And then Marcel looks at me, he's like, "Oh, I see where you learn the way to talk." I was like, "Well, yeah, I've been out here a while.
Been out here a while.
I grew up in the countryside for a while. It's natural for me to sound like this." Yeah, that was pretty fun. Not the whole me having to do most of the work because the third person I took with me was useless. And all she did was talk to my grandmother. Oh, and then they all took the drinks, all three of them. I didn't get a single fucking drink. All those assholes took them, and I'm sitting there. I'm still finishing, and I'm like looking over, like, well, what the fuck are those three doing?
They're
Taking all the fucking soda and Gatorade. And I'm looking at my grandmother like, are you kidding me? Do you want one? No, no, Grandma, it's fine. I'm just finishing this fucking greenhouse. Nothing says I love you like not leaving a fucking drink for somebody.
yeah. Nothing says I love you like finders keepers.
Well, then it gets even better because Marcel and Kelly and I get paid, and then she hands my mother money, and I'm staring like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" All she did was sit there and fucking talk. But she helped out. What moral support?
she,
I'm
she,
fucking up here getting my fucking fingers pinched, and she's just running her mouth.
all she
That
did
doesn't
was
help.
distract you while we did the work. If this was a
Oh shit!
diamond heist, she would have deserved a cut because all she did was distract you.
But my grandmother knows me. She knows I don't like that shit.
Fuck, that's wild.
Because as a kid, my dad would be like, "Do you think you earn that money?" Well, what the fuck do you think? I'm a fucking kid. I should be able to fucking play around.
Yeah.
That also what brought in the whole mentality of if I'm going to do something, I'm getting paid for it.
Yep.
Pisses off my family. You shouldn't charge family.
Well,
Uh,
you shouldn't try to use family for free.
that's why the only person in my family that pays me is my dad and my grandma Carol on my stepdad's side. They all know that if I'm working, I'm getting paid.
Yep. You
Pissed
gotta.
off Junior one day. He's like, "You shouldn't charge grandma." I didn't say a word. She just handed me the money.
My grandma's actually always been really good about that. Like that's just on her. She's always been that grandma to be like if she has me do like an actual job level task, she pays me for it.
I liked your grandma. She's pretty nice.
Now that I think about it, even like from a young age, she did that with me. Where it'd be like if I cleaned her shop, like her hairdressing shop, if I cleaned it up, she'd pay me for that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, my dad knows that if he wants me to do something, there better be some capital gains.
I know I sound like really arrogant when I'm at work and I say we deserve to like earn more and I like hype on that so much like I'm up people's ass about that we don't get paid enough. But like one, somebody's got to do it or we're always going to get underpaid. And two, like I was like now that I think about it, I was raised in that mentality of like you get paid for the work you do and like maybe it sounds egotistical to think this way, but like I think my hour is worth more than what this company's paying me.
Yeah, I see it. On the
Like
other hand,
I don't even think the least working person in the building deserves what we get paid. I think they deserve more.
no, I don't think Jeffrey deserves more. Sorry. You're out of your damn mind if you think Jeffrey deserves more.
Okay, that's
What's he gonna do?
that That's a fair point. There are people who don't earn what I meant is I don't think someone who does the minimum amount. I didn't mean literally. Like the least working person in the building, but I understand that's how that came across. I meant like someone who is capable of doing the actual bare minimum of their job. I still think deserves more than what we get paid.
But Jeffrey got in trouble again the other day.
Good. Motherfucker keeps fucking playing on his phone and looking shit up on the computer up front.
Oh, does he?
Literally the other day, Seth was telling me he went up there because he saw one of the lights flashing on a machine, and he looked over and he saw Jeff just standing there looking shit up on the computer, not helping the person out at the machine. So he just said fuck it, and he didn't go fix it. He said Jeff can get in trouble on his own.
Yeah. Well, the other day he told the customer something, and then he just fucking did that whole like point thing, like a dick. It was like you can't do that.
Yeah.
And Chris saw it, and Chris said something to him. He was like, "Oh, I'll do better." And I was like, "Oh, you should stop saying you're going to do better, because we all know the truth, Jeffrey. You're not getting better. You keep getting worse."
Literally, yeah. Like Jessica's come up to me. Hello.
But yeah, I'm here.
Uh, but Jessica came up to me like I think fucking 2 or 3 times in the last month about Jeff making a customer either like cry or like have a like breakdown kind of thing. Like straight up, he made an autistic kid cry
Jesus Christ!
and leave the building. And I'm like, I don't know how this guy has not been fired yet. He made a grown woman cry.
Now that's impressive. I can't lie. That one's kind of impressive.
Jessica came up to me and she looked like she was gonna start crying.
The
She,
fuck did he do?
well, because he's doing this shit where he blows up on customers and makes them cry. So it's like she's like, this isn't like a healthy environment to work in, which I totally fucking agree with. Like that's not okay. And she keeps telling me, "Oh, I like this. If he does it again, that's the time I'm going to tell Chris." And I'm like, "No, you need to be telling Chris every single fucking time he does it, or he's not going to get in trouble. He's not going to get punished. If Chris doesn't know he did it 3 times, Chris is only going to know the one time you tell him. Like you have to be vigilant, and you have to tell him every time so he knows how often it's happening. Because if you tell him once, he's going to go, "Oh, it happened 4 times, but it could have been 4 times in the last like 6 months." Whereas if you tell him every time it happens, he'll go, "Oh shit, it's happening every single fucking week on this day." Like, we can't have that behavior.
Yeah, well,
Like, no one likes to be a snitch and no one likes to be the person telling on people all the time. But it's like, there's a difference between being a snitch over some like petty shit and he's literally making customers cry.
cry.
Like there's a line there. Like you're not a snitch if you tell on a pedophile. like
No,
like you're not
you're
a snitch. Yeah, it's fucked.
yeah, that. Yeah, I don't understand the fuck Jeffrey's thinking. It's gotten worse since Matt left.
Did you hear the whole thing about he saw someone that looked identical to Matt as a customer, but like the young version of Matt?
Must have yelled at him.
Did you hear all that or no?
No.
Oh my god. So he literally took a picture of the customer, asked the customer, "Hey, can I take a picture of you because you look just like this guy we worked with?" And put it in the group chat. And then later, we like because we were all going back and forth roasting Matt in the group chat. Later, he's all like drunk late at night, and he's like, "I didn't appreciate everyone shitting on Matt. I had a good 2 years working with that guy." And then Jeff didn't even fucking remember doing that the next day.
No, that's called an alcoholic.
It's insane. I wonder if I can find the picture. Because it is surprisingly what's the word? What the fuck? That's not what I meant.
Accurate.
It is surprisingly accurate. How the fuck did I do that? I didn't mean to. What the fuck?
All I know is he has that girlfriend there in Texas or Idaho or whatever the fuck she's at, and he shaved, so he just has like this soul patch looking like thing. I only know that because I saw a photo of him with her, and I was like, well, as long as you're happy, I guess.
Oh, that was fast. I found that picture way faster than I thought I was going to.
You're all making it sound like you have to fucking look through a bunch of shit. Oh, found it.
Usually there is a lot of shit in the group chat,
I miss being in chat, but it makes sense because I'm not at your Billy anymore.
or even the same company.
I'm in the parent company now.
Yep, you're in the big boy leagues. Let me know when you get the picture. I just texted it to you. I didn't like Discord or no shit.
Holy God, that guy does look like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I looked at it and went, huh, 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 how, huh. I went, what? No, huh?
I think Marcel was shitting on Matt. That's why Jeffrey got all butthurt.
I think that was after he left.
Was Marcel not in the group chat?
No, he's in the group chat, but he hasn't like been in it.
Responding.
Yeah, let me see. When was the last one?
Considering he has fucking horrible connection down there. That's
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, also some of my like I sent him a message, it just never went through. So
He might say is out of service, and then a
send later.
day later he'll find server connection and send me shit, or he'll message me on TikTok. Because unlike you, Grandpa, he uses TikTok.
Yeah, you guys
Back
are
in my day, he used
you,
Instagram.
you guys are some fucking young ass people. Yeah, it was
I mean,
it was after he
I
left.
look younger than the two olders, my two older siblings. So I count that as a positive. Considering Dwayne and Peyton have fucking gray hair, Chris and I don't. Speaking of TikTok, I sent you one that you should probably look at.
All right, I'll watch the one on TikTok if you go watch the one I sent you on Instagram.
Not right now, but yeah, I'll look at it later.
What the fuck? All right, fine.
I'm not saying look at the one on TikTok now, but it's like I think the last one I sent was the history lore. This guy went and like pieced together all the lore.
Okay.
I think he made a YouTube video of it too. But I just know because I watch him on TikTok.
We should play some Halo tonight.
Maybe. I mean, I didn't get pissed like it. Of course, that cheater didn't help the last time we played.
We'll do we could just do 1v1s.
Shit, I know that shit kind of bores me though. At least playing other players, it's not.
That's fair.
I don't know. It's just the fact that we got a cheater was what pissed me off. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it is weird because Halo's a big game, but the community has drastically decreased to the point where I really thought there wouldn't be cheaters anymore because there's not even enough people playing the game to warrant cheating. I don't think there's anything that warrants cheating, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, people just concern me. It's like, why are you cheating in this game?
Like it's not even. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I did my training earlier where I go in and I do a 3 round capture the flag on Argyle 4 bots. And I was like, I started off bad, dude. I was flinging all over the place. My stick looked like I was cross-eyed. Still ended with over 100 kills and with over 55% or over 50% accuracy. So
Well,
I
not bad.
was like, all right, 100. I had 113 kills with 52% accuracy, and I had exactly 1,000 shots fired. So 527 hit. And I was like, okay, that's kind of wild, but I'll take it.
Still pretty good though.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad for not playing in a while and hopping back in.
I don't know. I just really haven't felt like really playing games very much just the last couple days.
Me either. I've been out of it for a couple weeks, and then I saw a video on. I was telling you about the zombies I was watching. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy the new Call of Duty, but I'll re-download Black Ops 3 because it has Zombie Chronicles, so I have like all the zombies maps. So I played a couple of zombies today, and I was like, okay, I could play some games.
Yeah, I just really haven't felt like playing games. Of course, here I'm playing
Yeah, I was gonna
fucking
say you're playing a game.
Beyond. Hey, it keeps my mind focused when we're doing the podcast. All right.
The game keeps your mind focused while you're doing the pod. It didn't do that for Andrew,
Who?
the guy who pulled the Marcel, the water bottle thing.
I don't think I remember Andrew.
I was telling you the story literally earlier in this podcast. The
Yeah.
water, the
Oh
water, the
no,
water bottle thing.
his name's not Andrew, is it? I thought his name was. Is his name Andrew? That was Mark.
Mark's the guy at work.
There's so many fucking names now.
You got me fucked.
I don't remember you meant. I remember the story. I just don't remember you mentioning Andrew.
Uh, so
It's,
one more, am I the asshole? And then I say we wrap up so we can actually get good Halo matches. It's early enough
yeah.
to still get good times. Am I the asshole? What?
I said, yeah, and I have to pee too. So
Perfect time.
yes, it is.
Am I the asshole for telling my mother that I'll never fully love my sister? That's harsh.
I'm gonna. Damn it, this was a tough one because it's one of those. Is this a golden child moment, or is this like a half sister that showed up out of nowhere? Makes this one kind of tough. I'm gonna go with not the asshole, or no, I'm gonna go with is the asshole. Because without context, it just sounds like she just doesn't like her sister.
Oh, let's get into the story. For context, my parents had me when they were in high school. Personally, I don't think that they were prepared for a child, but they decided to keep me. When I was young, my father left our lives, and I still don't fully know why. I just know it was a mutual understanding, and there was no court involvement. So I've never had much closure. Then, 13 years later, he suddenly comes back into the picture. I was obviously confused and felt like it was too late. It I'd be fine without him and I didn't need him, but I eventually accepted him. Shortly after my parents got back together, my mom had another baby with him, a girl. I love her. She's sweet, innocent, and I want the best for her. But deep down, I can't shake the resentment about the circumstances of her birth. I feel like my father came back into my life just to start over with her. What about me? He's just going to waltz back into my life and then get a retry with a new kid. What about me? That's why I don't think I'll ever be able to have a normal relationship with my sister because I can't escape those feelings of resentment and anger towards my father. Tonight, I tried to talk to my mom about how I was feeling. I wanted her to understand that my feelings aren't about my sister. I love her, but the situation just feels so complicated. Instead of hearing me out, my mom exploded. She started attacking me, saying things like how badly she how wait. She started saying things like how badly she raised me, and even threatened to kick me out. She won't consider my suggestion of therapy, won't listen to my texts, and now I'm left feeling even more alone. I'm worried that if she follows through with her threats, I'll have nowhere to turn. What about my future? I need to go to school and have a job I want to keep. So am I the asshole?
Oddly enough, so yeah, no, she was not. I mean, she has a point. Her dad left, all of a sudden comes back, mom gets pregnant, and now her sister is essentially the fucking the do-over child, essentially. No, yeah, her fucking feelings are valid here. The mom's a fucking bitch.
I I don't think they're the asshole, but your feelings are clearly misplaced if you're telling your mom you're never going to fully love your sister. You should fully love that kid with all of your heart. That's just another child being born into this world. Like
It is.
the kid didn't choose shit.
She didn't,
You
but on the
need
flip side, she gets to sit there and watch her mom and dad dote over this child that she's been pushed off to the side.
and that's why I totally understand having the ill will and the feelings towards her father. The father left, and then the father's trying to like retry with this thing. Have the ill will and the resentment towards your father. There's no like I don't understand having any issue with the kid. The kid didn't do anything to you. The kid isn't like trying to take attention away from you. The kid has nothing to do with it. It's the father that fucked up.
And mother.
Oh well, yeah. Like
I get that. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But then on the flip side, let's put it this way. Let's say you had a half sibling that just came out of nowhere from your father, and your father just giving this child all its attention. You're not going to want to be friends with that child. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to be friends. I don't know about you. I wouldn't want to be friends.
you would definitely have some jealousy, some like upset feelings of like they're taking that attention away from me. But like I think saying I'll never fully love my sister is kind of an exaggerated feeling in the moment because like I feel like I would still love that sibling in this situation. This shit hits home to me because this literally fucking happened to me. Except my mom and my dad didn't have another kid after my dad came back. Like this shit literally happened to me. Dad left when I was born, came back 10 years later, not 13 or whatever. But and then my parents ended up getting divorced. But
I don't
like
know. I have a half sibling.
but like if they had another kid, I don't think I would at any point have like an upsetness towards the kid because I have a self awareness enough to know that it takes the parents to make that kid a reality. The kid didn't choose to take that attention away from me. The fucking parents are choosing to make that decision, which is in turn taking that attention away from me. So like I understand having the jealousy and having the upset feelings of like shit this kid is taking away my time with my family. But on the flip side, like that's the adults' choices, not the kids.
No, and I get that, but it's like I have a half sister. I mean, I wouldn't see on that side. I wouldn't be jealous. She almost showed up wanting a relationship with her father and mother.
Yeah.
I don't know her mother, so I just know she kind of looks like my mother.
And like my dad did like help raise another set of kids when he was gone. I think their names were literally Jake and Josh.
Like the TV show.
No, not Drake. Jake and Josh.
Yeah, that's right. It was.
So
Yeah.
like Jake, me, but not me. Or it might have actually just been him. He might have also been Jacob. It might have been Jacob and Josh. I don't remember. But to be honest, my whole like from knowing that, all I wanted to do was meet those people. And now as an adult, I want to meet them to understand what he was like in that situation and know if he was any better as a father to them than he was to me. Like I'm more interested in how he acted.
That's fair. At least for me, I know that my father didn't sire any other children outside of that sister.
Yeah.
But she's older than I am by a year, I believe. Everybody's like, "Well, why don't you go find her?" I was like, "I don't want to ruin this girl's life." Be like, "Oh, hey, we're adopted.
What adopted?
I am your half sibling." Yeah, couldn't do that. Well, I'm still kind of debating if I want to try and track her down.
Maybe someday.
Fuck, well, at the rate my life's going, fuck, I better do it sooner or later. Pass away at the rate I keep going. You keep running into me in their fucking vehicles.
God. All right. Well, I think this was a lovely 63rd episode. I
I think
appreciate
so
you
too.
doing it again.
Of course. Oh shit! I didn't give you my song.
Oh yeah, we gotta do song of the week.
course,
Fuck.
you guys make it hard. Did that jackass do jumping? Or no, Pimp of the Year
Pimp of the Year.
by Drew. If I cut out, it's because I went to the bathroom.
By Drew Down. Is it the one with Ant Bakes or
I
just
think
Drew
so.
Down?
I think it's just one of Drew, as
Okay.
far as I'm aware.
There's two versions. I'm adding the Pimp of the Year. Oh, yeah. The Pimp of the Year explicit game by Drew
That's
Down.
the one.
Add to playlist. Addicted Song of the Week. Done. And then my Song of the Week is... fuck, where'd it go? It's called Jax Teller by Chris Webby. Featuring Greaves. Those are our addicted songs of the week. And I'm assuming he went to the bathroom, so I'm going to give us the sickest outro of all time. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 63. I hope you will like, comment, and subscribe. Answer the poll on this episode of who won the cat draft. Did I pick better cats or did Hill pick better cats? Let us know.
Definitely me.
Yeah, fuck, he's back. Thank you so much for listening, and catch you in the next one. Peace.
Have fun. Let me finish this map.
All right.
I have no more health potions. I'm down to 53 health. I might die on this one.
Take your time, but the faster you die, the faster we play Halo.
Well, I don't. Unless I find a fucking health statue. How the fuck did you just take out my